Every single day, billions of people eat a donut. They enjoy the hole in the middle without ever asking one simple question: why is there a hole at all? Today, we're going to answer that question. And the answer goes back to a teenage sailor, a storm at sea, and one of the most accidental inventions in food history. To understand why the donut has a hole, we need to go back to a time when it didn't. Before 1847, donuts were called olijkoeks, a Dutch word meaning oily cakes. Dutch settlers brought them to America in the early 1800s. They were just solid balls of fried dough, no hole, no glaze, no sprinkles. Just heavy, greasy blobs of dough fried in lard. The inside? Raw, uncooked, indigestible. Sailors hated them. For decades, nobody had a solution, and then, one night in 1847, a 16-year-old boy changed everything. His name was Hanson Crockett Gregory, born in 1831 in Rockport, Maine. At 13 years old, he was already working on ships. By 16, he was a crew member on a lime trading schooner called the Ivanhoe. On June 22, 1847, Gregory was eating one of the ship's olijkoeks. The center was raw again. Out of pure frustration, he grabbed the tin lid of a pepper shaker and punched a hole right through the middle of the dough. Then a storm hit. He needed both hands to steer the ship's wheel. So he stuck his donut onto one of the spokes. When the storm passed, there was a perfect hole in the middle. The hole allowed the dough to cook evenly all the way through. No more raw center, just a perfectly cooked ring of fried dough. Gregory brought the idea home to his mother, Elizabeth. She started making ring-shaped donuts for the sailors and townsfolk of Rockport, Maine. Word spread fast. Other bakers copied it. By the early 1900s, donuts were everywhere in America. In 1920, a Russian immigrant named Adolf Levitt invented the first automatic donut machine in New York City. Suddenly, donuts could be made by the thousands. During World War II, the American Red Cross served donuts to soldiers on the front lines. Female volunteers called donut dollies became famous for handing them out to troops. Soldiers came home with a deep love for donuts. Today, the global donut industry is worth over $15 billion, and every single donut has a hole. Because of a 16-year-old sailor on a stormy night in 1847, Hanson Gregory never patented his invention. Never made a cent, but in 1947, exactly 100 years later, his hometown erected a bronze plaque in his honor. A teenage sailor, a stormy night, a raw piece of dough, and a hole that changed the world. Next time you eat a donut, remember the storm. Subscribe for more food secrets they never taught you.